eggs, all-purpose flour, caster sugar, baking powder, salt, vanilla, milk, unsalted, butter, and lots of oranges. The zest plus the juice. Let's begin. In a bowl, you're going to add in your dry ingredients, which is your flour, your salt, and your baking powder, and give that a nice whisk. Then put that to a side. And in another bowl, we're going to add in our butter along with our orange zest that has been grated into the same bowl. And then to that, we're going to add in our sugar and cream all of these ingredients together, making sure to scrape down in between passes to make sure everything is nice and smooth. It's nice and creamed once the color has been lightened, and you can spread it out nice and evenly without any hesitation. To this, we're going to be adding in our eggs. You want to do this one at a time, making sure that you beat the entire egg in completely before adding the next one. In a glass filled with our milk, we are going to add in our orange juice as well as a pinch of vanilla extract. Now we're just going to take a third of our dry ingredients, add that into our mixture, making sure to fold. Then we're going to add in our milk and orange juice mixture. And then we're going to continue to alternate between dry ingredients and wet ingredients until all of the ingredients are incorporated and you have one cohesive cake batter that should look something like this. Next, I'm gonna butter a mold. You can use whatever mold you want. Just make sure that it is buttered well so that your cake comes out. Make sure to flatten out your cake and level it off so that there's even rise in the oven. And then this is gonna go in the oven for anywhere between 25 to 35 minutes or until the sides are golden brown and the top looks like it's been nice and set. Then for our glaze, we're going to be adding orange juice, brown sugar, and orange marmalade to a pan, and we're going to reduce that until it gets nice and syrupy on a low flame. Once it gets syrupy, remove it off the stove. You want to use the syrup while it's hot, so if your cake is not done, you can reheat your syrup up later. Now that our cake is out of the oven and everything looks nice and cooked, keyword here being looks nice and cooked, we are going to take a toothpick and we're just going to liberally poke all around the cake. We're going to do this so that all of the glaze that we're going to pour over settles into the cake and you get a really delicious syrupy flavor as well. Then just remove that from the pan and drizzle on top your orange marmalade sticky glaze. Make sure to put a tray or something underneath. You could even use cling film if you don't have a tray of the same size, and you can recollect that glaze back up, put it back in a jar, and then reuse it on top if you haven't used the entire thing. And then hopefully your cake should look beautiful and golden on the sides with a nice beautiful dome on top. Then cut yourself a nice delicious slice of this cake. Get a bit confused as to why the slice is not coming out. Go back for a second cut, and then using all of that beautiful arm strength we have, pull that baby straight out. Now it was at this exact moment where I realized that this cake is not fully baked, but that's fine. That's not a big deal. If anything, I'm just gonna scrape off all of that undercooked cake inside of it, and we're just gonna pretend like none of that happened, because this is the 4th time I'm making this cake and I'm not making it again. Baker friends, I know this is severely undercooked, but that's not gonna stop me from trying to make it look pretty. So I'm just gonna dust some icing sugar on top, and then we're gonna top that with whipped cream that has orange zest in it, as well as an adorable little orange. Now I hope you all understand why this series is called To Be Tries, because sometimes To Be Tries and it just does not happen. And if you do want to make this recipe, please just bake it for a tiny bit longer.